everyone. Guess what? On Facebook Marketplace today, there was an ad for some yarn, and it was right local to me, and I asked my neighbor to please take me to go get it, and what I got was 16 skeins of mohair yarn for $10. That worked out to 62 cents each. It's from Italy. It is this Dominique brand. It's 50% mohair and 50% acrylic. And it's, how many yards is it? 130 yards. So 16 skeins of this. And it came in this shade, a darker brown, and kind of a grayish brown. So these three together. So that was pretty good, I thought. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but for $10 I couldn't hardly turn down that much mohair. Then I finished my scarf. As you can see, this is the navy blue and gray one. So, not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'll give it to somebody, I'm sure. And I started working on this candy cane scarf. And let's see, it looks like this. Let's see, there it is. Oh, it's backwards. Wait a minute. Okay, so I should have this done tonight. Lots of yarn tails to weave in. Oh, freakish amount of yarn tails. So, but as I had said in my previous video, there are spacing issues. Now, let me get this candy cane instead. There are 7 rows of these tiny little ones here. And let's see, these tiny ones right here. 7. So you have 2 red, 2 green, and 2 white, or 3 white. So that makes 14 rows together, because you got to do 2 rows to make a good stripe. Now, the amount of room that takes up on the candy cane is about the same amount of room as the fat white or the fat red or the fat green, but I can't allot 14 rows to each of those, because then all of a sudden, because you've got 5 fat rows, so 5 times 14 is 70, and then the 14 on top of that is 84, and all of a sudden you're almost like at the end of your scarf and you've only got 1 section of pattern in. So what I did was I just put 5 rows here instead of 14, so I don't get as much delineation between this pattern here and this other pattern, but you know, I didn't want to waste a whole scarf on just those huge gaps of pattern. So hopefully I'll have that finished today. Then, okay, this next part is just for Rose Likes Crochet, or anybody else, of course, who wants to listen in. And it's about doing amigurumi that has no or very little sewing to it. This bear is a pattern called Donato Bear, and I've linked it below. It's a free pattern, and you'll have to ask Google to translate the page for you, but it's not that bad. The only thing is that this is not exactly a beginner pattern. It's somewhere maybe slightly intermediate, because what you have to do is you have to create both legs separately and then use one stitch to join them, and then just go around and around, and so that it becomes one smooth piece. As you can see, both of these legs are originals. They both start from here, and so then you just keep going till you get to the top, and that's it. This bear has no arms. You do have to sew on a muzzle, and you do sew on the ears, but those are real simple. Okay, so this is like one way of doing it, is with this kind of joining the legs and creating just one solid piece. Now that can also be seen in this doll that I made, and again the legs are created and then they are joined together, and you just go around and around and around the thing. So this doll is actually one piece all the way up. You do have to sew on the arms, but she is one piece all the way up to the top of her head. So that saves on a little bit of sewing. You do have to create the ears, but I wasn't crazy about the ears for this pattern, but this was not a free pattern. This came from Love Crochet. But this is another example of, you can see, just everything is just one piece. Okay, so that's another one. Then, okay, this little elephant here is also one piece. The trunk is, and the legs, all one piece. Now there is a place where you stop when you're building, and there's a kind of a hole here, and then you just sew it, or you just, you don't, the trunk isn't a separate piece. You just begin to stitch around and around until you get to the very end. So you start up here at the top, and then you go around to the bottom, and then you cordon it off into 4 parts and just do the legs. You begin to stitch around each leg. The center, there's a centerpiece here, so that's a separate piece. This I would consider a more intermediate pattern, but this is a good skill to learn, is how to do this. So that's a cute little pattern, and because I like to let's see, I've got to move something here. Something is in the way. I can't see what's going on here. Okay, because I'm kind of a slow learner, I like to do each pattern as many times as possible. So I did this pattern like 10 times to make sure I understood it perfectly. Okay, sorry if my camera has switched. I'm having a lot of problems just getting it to focus properly. So this is this yarn is Red Heart Super Saver Icelandic. I don't have very many variegated yarns, but I have a few, but not many. This is the Karen Jumbo Rosewood, and I thought those colors were really nice. My sister gave me part of a leftover skein she had, and then I ended up buying another skein. And you can take that little Donato bear, just do all kinds of fun things with them. So I made a whole bunch of them because I just thought that learning to put these legs together like this and do one smooth body was an important skill to learn and it is an amigurumi. You can use it for all kinds of things. Then, I was on the Walmart website, and I noticed that the Caron Jumbo yarn, or the Caron 1-pounder yarns in white, you could get a package of 8 of them for 42 something. So that's just a little over $5 a skein, which to me is a good price. I may end up buying them towards the end of the week if they're still on sale. So if you use Caron 1-pounders, I think it's a good price and you should go after it. Because you can never have enough white, right? At least I can't. Anyhow, that's it for this video, and I hope you all have a terrific day and a terrific rest of the week, although I'll probably put up a video in a couple days. I have some planned. Not all yarny, but anyhow, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.